Real-time monitoring and dashboards. Heads up and learn from the work. Real-time monitoring and dashboards, the pulse of operational excellence. Unveiling the unseen. Imagine flying an airplane blindfolded. Impossible, right? Yet, many operations managers unwittingly operate in a similar fog, relying on outdated reports and historical data to make critical decisions. It isn't just inefficient, it's a death knell. Real-time monitoring and dashboards are your eyes and ears, providing an instantaneous, dynamic view into the very heartbeat of your operations. They are not merely tools but the central nervous system of modern operational excellence, transforming raw data into actionable insights. So, why does this matter to you? The purpose of real-time monitoring and dashboards is not simply to collect data, it's to revolutionize decision-making. Process flow, from raw data to brilliant insights. The journey from operational chaos to real-time clarity follows a distinct process flow. 1. Data source identification and integration. 2. Data collection and transformation. 3. Key performance indicator definition and metric calculation. 4. Dashboard design and visualization. 5. Alerting and notification systems. 6. Continuous improvement loop. By mastering real-time monitoring and dashboards, you actively orchestrate operations, transforming challenges into opportunities and driving your organization toward improved performance. Heads up and learn from the work. Heads up and learn from the work is a significant component of continuous improvement, focusing on systematically extracting valuable lessons from every operational endeavor. Purpose. Sustain a culture of continuous learning, instill the mindset that every operational activity presents invaluable learning opportunities, regardless of the outcome. Optimize future performance. Enhance problem-solving capabilities. Develop a structured approach to analyzing challenges encountered during operations, leading to more robust and sustainable solutions. Promote knowledge sharing. Create mechanisms for disseminating lessons learned across the organization, preventing the recurrence of mistakes, and promoting best practices. Boost employee engagement and development. Encourage team members to actively participate in learning, develop a sense of ownership, and contribute to their professional growth. Quantify and qualify operational impact. Provide a framework for assessing the tangible and intangible outcomes of operational activities, enabling a more holistic understanding of performance. Heads up and learn from the work, process flow. Extracting valuable lessons learned is not a haphazard activity, it's a structured process that, when followed diligently, yields profound benefits. 1. Project/task closure and data collection, the what happened phase. Initiate lessons learned session. As a project or significant task concludes, schedule a dedicated lessons learned session. It should be a formal meeting with key stakeholders, team members, and anyone significantly impacted by or involved in the operation. Gather data points, collect all relevant project documentation, performance metrics, incident reports, communication logs, feedback forms, and other data that sheds light on the operation's execution. This quantitative data forms the bedrock of your analysis. Initial brainstorming and anecdotal evidence. Encourage participants to share their immediate observations, challenges encountered, unexpected successes, and areas where they felt things could have been improved. Capture this qualitative data. 2. Analysis and identification, the why it happened phase. Review against objectives, compare actual outcomes against initial project goals, KPIs, and performance targets. Where were the deviations? Root cause analysis. Identify success factors. Equally important is understanding what went exceptionally well. What processes, decisions, or actions contributed to positive outcomes? How can these be replicated? Categorize lessons. Group the identified lessons into logical categories: process, technology, communication, training, resource allocation, risk management. 3. Documentation and synthesis, the what we learned phase. Formalize lessons learned report. Create a structured document that summarizes the findings. This report should be concise, objective, and actionable. It typically includes project/task overview, key successes, challenges/issues encountered, with root causes and impact. Recommendations for improvement, identified best practices, action plan for implementation, who, what, by when. Quantify impact, where possible assign monetary or time savings values to the lessons learned whenever feasible. It helps demonstrate the tangible benefits of exercise. Validate findings. Share a report draft with key stakeholders for validation and further input, ensuring accuracy and buy-in. 4. Dissemination and application, the how we apply it phase. Communicate findings broadly. Distribute the lessons learned report to all relevant teams, departments, and individuals. Consider presenting key findings in team meetings or company-wide forums to effectively communicate your insights to a broader audience. Integrate into processes. Update standard operating procedures, SOPs, training manuals, project templates, and risk registers based on the lessons learned. It ensures that the insights are embedded into the operational DNA. Action plan implementation and monitoring. Assign ownership for each recommended action item and regularly track its progress. The lessons learned process is incomplete if the identified improvements are not implemented. Knowledge repository. Establish a central, accessible repository, shared drive, knowledge management system, wiki, for all lessons learned reports. It creates an organizational memory that can be easily referenced for future projects. Conduct reviews and iterations. It is imperative to periodically assess the effectiveness of the changes that have been implemented. Is the organization demonstrating progress and enhancement, or are the same issues re-emerging? This process completes the feedback loop, ensuring the ongoing improvement of the lessons learned process. By diligently adopting the principles outlined in Heads Up and Learn from the Work, you're not just completing tasks but actively building a more intelligent, resilient, and continuously improving operational powerhouse. Remember, the more you learn, the more you earn. Never stop learning. Life never stops teaching.